There are basically two approaches to facial recognition. In this short session, we're going to look at what those two approaches are, how they work, and how to apply that in your next project. Hi guys, my name is Kelly. I'm the technical trainer here in VivoTech. First thing we're going to look at is the architecture overview of the two types of facial recognition. And after that, we're going to put the things we've talked about together and put that into an actual application. In general, facial recognition can be broken down into 4 steps, and that's capture, recognize, action, and report. We'll start by looking at capture and recognize. Remember the two approaches to facial recognition? The first one is called a server-based approach, and the second one is called an edge-based approach. And these two approaches deal with the first 2 steps, which is capture and recognize a little bit differently in terms of the hardware that's involved. For server-based, it utilizes a network camera for image capturing and a separate facial recognition software for recognition. On the other hand, on the edge-based approach, it's a one device that does it all. So this device is usually in the form of a camera or in the form of a tablet that does both capture and recognize in a single device. The server-based approach uses the network camera for image capturing. This video usually is being sent in the form of an RTSP stream to a separate facial recognition where the image processing and facial recognition is being processed. So let's break down the demo video. In the demo video, you can clearly see that the camera captures me walking towards it. Then that image is being sent and processed by a facial recognition software. Door opens and a welcome page is displayed on the tablet. In the case of an edge-based approach, we'll be using a facial recognition tablet as an example. Now in the following demo video, you will see a person walking towards the tablet. The tablet recognizes the person, then opens the door. Usually in this case, another software will be involved for the central management of the database. So a quick breakdown of the demo video, you will see that this tablet both captures and recognizes the person that is in front of it. So for a quick recap, the server-based approach utilizes a network camera for capturing the video. This video is usually being sent in the form of an RTSP stream to a second piece of facial recognition software that does the recognition. And on the other side, the edge-based approach utilizes a single device, usually in the form of a tablet or a camera, that processes both capturing and recognition. So I guess the bigger question is, what do you need to buy? Now in this case, we'll be using VivoTech's solution as an example. If you're looking to adopt a server-based approach, of course you will need a network camera and a facial recognition software. In VivoTech, that facial recognition software comes in the form of a workstation and in 2-channel or 8-channel option. For an edge-based approach, we have a facial recognition tablet, and you will need another central management software that we call Fast Face Manager. We can also look at this from another perspective, and that's the perspective of application. When do you need Fast Face, the facial recognition software? Well, there's 3 reasons that you will need Fast Face. The first reason is utilizing the non-obtrusive characteristic of a network camera. Usually that means a dome camera. You would capture the person without him being too much aware of what's going on. And if the person is inside a blacklist, then with an integrated VMS solution, you can have the video capture and backed up for use. The second part is, when do you need a facial recognition tablet? Well, the first reason is if you are going to replace or have it coexist with a current access control card reader. The second reason is if you want to replace the card reader, then the tablet has both facial recognition and a built-in card reader in itself. And lastly, because of the characteristic of a facial recognition tablet, the person will generally walk closer in distance, and therefore mask detection is a lot more effective in this solution. Next, let's talk about the third step, and that is action. Now in action, I want to talk about 2 devices particularly that extends what you can do with the whole solution. The first one is an I/O device, and the second one is a networked audio device. The great thing about the I/O box, which is a vegan converter, is it allows the server-based approach to integrate with an access control card reader you have on premise. That is not required for an edge-based approach because the facial recognition tablet has the vegan protocol built in the device itself. Now, both solutions, whichever you choose to go with, will have the ability to integrate with the network audio device that we provide. Now, that is being done through the FaceM or the FaceM Manager software. So if you're looking to integrate with an access control in a server-based approach, you will need a camera, the facial recognition workstation, and the I/O box, which is a vegan converter. As for an edge-based approach, since the vegan protocol is built inside the facial recognition tablet, you wouldn't need to purchase a separate device for that. And as for network audio, both FaceM and the FaceM Manager is able to support that. And lastly, let's talk about Report. In Report, I want to bring up 3 pieces of softwares. Now, first one is FaceM, the second is FaceM Manager. Both are facial recognition and facial recognition management software. And lastly is our VAS2, our video management software. The first 2 software, FaceM and FaceM Manager, are designed for the administrator, and VAS2 is designed for the security guard. The first software, FaceM, is a facial recognition software. Now, this software gives you great features. First is a complete and diverse report system. You'll be able to look at the attendance, look at the person's log of entrance and exit through different doors, and you could be able to look at the actions that's being executed in the past. We also provide diverse integration through HTTP commands that you can integrate into the current human resource system, or you can utilize the aforementioned I/O box vegan converter to integrate with the current access control system. And lastly, it can provide a blacklist alarm. The second piece of software, FaceM Manager, lives on top of FaceM and the facial recognition tablet. Therefore, you will be able to manage both kind of devices with this central management system. Since it's a central management system, you'll be able to configure advanced access management and also centralize your employee list and event log records. When do you need to purchase FaceM Manager? Well, the first case is if you have more than 2 FaceM workstations, then you will require a central management with FaceM Manager. The second case is when you have more than 1 tablet, you will need to purchase FaceM Manager. In a hybrid situation where you have both FaceM and facial recognition tablet, then of course you will definitely need to purchase FaceM Manager as well. And in a short recap, FaceM Manager is able to manage up to 128 video sources from FaceM or the facial recognition tablet. The third piece of software is VAS2. Now, VAS2 is a super easy to use video management system. And the first thing is it provides you a live notification to the security guard and give you an overview of who's accessed and who's denied. And with VAS2, you're able to associate multiple actions, including those that has to do with the access control as well. And lastly, the best benefit about integrating into a video management system is you're able to get that big video library. So you'll have all the recordings and you can export when you need to. So let's recap what we have talked about so far. The first approach is a server-based approach. The network camera will capture the image and FaceM will process the facial recognition. You can include a vegan converter to integrate that with the current access control reader, and FaceM can trigger a network audio device. The video can be recorded directly into VAS2 video management system. The second approach, an edge-based approach, the facial recognition tablet will capture and recognize within a single device. You can have FaceM Manager to manage both the facial recognition tablet and the FaceM workstation. In the future, we'll also have a built-in facial recognition camera that can be managed directly by FaceM Manager. In the second section, we are going to go through the diverse application of VivoTech facial recognition solution. The integration with video management system like VAS2 allows blacklist notification. Inside this video, you can see a suspicious person entering a restricted area. A notification is sent to the security guard in the first place. The security guard can then search through the events and trace back the routes. The facial recognition system also integrates with access control system with up to 5 different weekend protocols. Third, the integration with audio device allows the security guard to react to the scene immediately. And lastly, with HTTP event, you can integrate with HR system, track the attendance, or integrate with video management system or other access control systems. With those mentioned applications, we're able to create a multi-source authentication. In the past, we rely on single recognition, such as license plate or ID card. Now with facial recognition, we can add that on top of those and correctly identify the person. In this video, we can see the LPR camera recognizes the license plate and then allows the vehicle to enter the premise. However, this fails to identify the driver. This second video demonstrates the problem of using an ID card. It grants access for those who holds an ID card, but it's unable to identify if it's the right person. VivoTech facial recognition solution provides a secure and complete solution for our customers. We can have license plate recognition plus facial recognition and ID card recognition in the entrance, and have another facial recognition and identity recognition in restricted areas. That will create a multi-authentication environment, and all of that is to bring you the next level security.